In today's episode of Manabonded, Nate shares why it's important to practice your pickup lines on the homies.
Then you have a better idea of if the situation pops up in the future and it actually matters.
Zack praises the dining benefits of the American Express Black Card.
Let's just say, if you like seafood, you're gonna love this card.
And Josh shares unethical tips for beating your children in checkers. Attempting to make your own daughter cry by tearing up her favorite stuffed animal, who is alive. Hello and welcome to Manabonded, the only Magic the Gathering advice show to be excited about the return of the Sparrow Racing League. My name is Josh, your host, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Nate and Zack. Say hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Heyo. New Mike goofing over here.
I know.
Whoa.
Took us 30 episodes, over half a year, but guess what, everyone? We all have good quality microphones now.
So
Here
crispy.
we are.
So,
Crisp.
if it sounds bad, it's because the software is not easy to work with, so I apologize.
Oh,
That's
I
not
was
my
going to say
fault.
if it
I
sounds
take full
bad, it's because
responsibility.
we sound bad. But, you know,
Yeah.
It could be that too.
Exactly.
We're still working out some audio
Uh,
kinks, but we are trying to improve things as much as we can.
What's a Sparrow Racing League?
Listen, it's part of a long bit I need to do at the end of the show in our end step. It's a trigger in the end step I'll place here. I'll put a stop in your end step.
Okay.
Long story short, it's an alternate game mode within a different game that I love, that I have, that I'm going to talk about in the end step and why I'm upset about it. So,
Zach, did you ever do racing in Halo?
I did the little warthog racing.
yeah.
Yeah. So
the
basically that,
ghost
but
racing?
with
Yeah, Ghost
that
Races.
with
That's probably
Star
the
Wars
best thing.
speeders, basically,
Yeah,
in
Okay.
Destiny 2.
Okay.
we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Nice. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down even. Joshua.
Yes.
Last week, you had some interesting food takes, and I thought I would like to welcome you to my game show.
Oh boy.
I'd like to welcome, you know him, you love him. He comes in at like 3'5". He's the popular host of the show Manabonded. Let's all welcome Joshua, our Manabonded host, to the game show of blind ranking potatoes.
Oh man.
I have 10 different types of potatoes that you can consume, and I would like you to blind rank them from an order of 1 being the best and 10 being the worst.
Oh boy, this is nerve-wracking. So you've got 10 potato variations that you're gonna throw at me?
Welcome to Potato World.
Okay.
Today, I have 10 variants of potato, and you must rank them, not knowing what other potatoes are coming, on
Okay.
a scale of 1 to 10. Are you ready for your first one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Potato 1, steak fries.
Ooh, okay. Starting off with one that I don't like. I don't like steak fries. I don't know how much of my reasoning you want to hear for all these, because we could be here all day. But steak fries, not a fan of. I just think they're too thick. They're like too soft. I can never get them crispy. And so I don't really like them. So I'm actually going to put them at number 8.
Okay.
Not at the bottom,
Number
because
2,
there
we
are
got-
forms of potato I hate more. But they're definitely low on my list.
Understandable. Number 2, we have gnocchi.
Gnocchi? Bro, gnocchi is
Gnocchi.
one of the best pasta forms out there, dude. Gnocchi is incredible.
It's a potato.
It's so good. It's so good. and side note, the cutest name for a cat.
Gnocchi is a good pet name.
I'm gonna put this one high.
I would name a pet name.
I'm gonna put gnocchi at number 3.
Number 3. Ooh, that's pretty high regards. All right. Third one, regular cut fries. It's just like typical regular.
Like
fries.
McDonald's fries.
Yeah, just like a regular fry you'd get at a restaurant.
Pretty
Nothing
good,
too
pretty
crazy.
good. I think I don't like them as much as I love gnocchi, that's for sure. But they're definitely better than standard steak fries. I think I'll put them at number 5.
All right. Number 4, we have hash browns.
Hash brown.
Pretty good staple.
See, I do love a good hash brown, but they're hampered by the fact that I can never get crisped hash browns. Like they're just not crispy enough. You'll notice that a lot of
You
my
want more
complaints
crunch.
is I want crispiness in a lot of my potatoes, especially fries. So
Understandable.
I guess clarification: are we talking specifically like hash brown patties or loose hash browns?
Nathaniel, you are a judge here. Please make a decision.
We're gonna go with the patties
Hash brown
because those are the
patties.
most common.
Hash brown
Yeah,
patties.
most
Ooh.
common way you're gonna find hash browns is in patty form.
Okay. Okay. Then I think I'll put that at number 6.
All right. Next one we have is tater tots.
Number
Pretty
2.
high regards last week for it.
Number
Saving that number 1
2.
spot. Not sure what's coming up.
Well, I'm wondering what could be there. I might regret my number 1 slot, but tater tots are just they're so good, and you can do what in my family we call the Idaho nachos, which is just typical nacho toppings, but you use tater tots as a base instead of tortilla chips. And if you haven't done that, like a loaded tot, you really need to. Like
All
you will
right.
try it. It will
Those
be a
are
life-changing experience.
those are one
I'll
of the
test that
few
one.
ways I actually really enjoy tater tots. You can also do a tinfoil dinner with tater tots,
Oh yeah,
where you
true.
just stick soup and ground meat and tater tots and throw it on a campfire when it's down to coals, and that's pretty good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That
Side
is
note,
true. That is true.
Tristan, you hate tater tots, and I don't get that, dude. I do not understand you.
Some people's kids. Hey,
So,
to each their own. To each their own.
all right, we
All
have
right.
5 slots
Next
left.
up.
What do we got?
Next up, we got potato chips.
Oh, potato chips. I'm happy putting potato chips at number 4. I like a good potato chip. I think top flavors for me are like sour cream and cheddar, onion, sour cream. Those sorts of flavors are really great. Yeah, as long as they're not like salt and vinegar or barbecue. I do not like those flavors.
Fair, fair. Next up, we have a baked potato. Baked potato. Classic potato.
I'm gonna hurt some people here, but I'm putting baked potato down at number 9.
Low regards for a baked potato.
I'm just not a fan of baked potatoes. It's a lot there, and the fact that I have to load them up to make them good is a knock against them, I think, because a lot of these you can just have them on their own and they're pretty good. But a baked potato is only a good baked potato when you've loaded it with other things.
That's fair. Fair reasoning. Fair reasoning.
All right, open
Next up,
slots.
we have a
Yeah,
potato salad.
Oh, good thing I saved the bottom slot for this.
Potato salad, not an Irish.
I am not a fan of potato salad. Yeah, that can go right there at the bottom. Not a fan of
Me
it.
either.
Don't like the texture.
All
Don't
right.
like people put pickles in them too, and I'm not a pickle guy,
No,
So
My
that's
dad
fair.
loves pickles in his potato salad.
I know my wife is a huge pickle fan. Like we bought, I think, a foot tall jar of pickles. I swear it was huge. And they were just these ginormous things. And on a bad day, which you really need to pick me up and just needs to feel something in her life again, she'll eat like 3 of them.
That's fair.
All right, remaining slots. I've got number 1 and number 7 left. So what do you got for
Number
me?
1 and number 7. All right. You now have mashed potatoes.
Okay, well, this is terrifying because mashed potatoes are going in spot 7.
Spot
I am
7 for mashed
also
potato.
I'm
Wow.
also not a fan of mashed potatoes, and can I say this comes down to a lot of texture for me? I have a thing. I don't want to say it's like full ARFID or if it's just something wrong, but it's a certain textures combined at a certain temperature turn into like gag city for me. Like as soon as it hits, I just start gagging like hard. And
Just gets yeah.
yeah, it just gets me weird. And so mashed potatoes, if they're super hot, or if they're not fully mashed, like they've still got bits in them, or you put other things with the mashed potatoes, they're fine. But as soon as those mashed potatoes stop being piping hot, I have to be so careful because too big of a spoonful and I'm gonna gag and basically spit it all out over the table and embarrass myself like crazy. So cannot do mashed potatoes. So I'll put those in spot number 7, which means number 1 is my only
Your
remaining
number
slot, and I'm
yeah.
really regretting
Number
not
1
putting
potato
tater
pick.
tots there. Oh boy. What do we got?
All right, Joshua, welcome to your number 1 potato.
If you say vodka,
Scalloped. Scalloped
Scalloped
potatoes. Oh,
potatoes.
vodka would have been good though.
Oh, dude, if you hit me with vodka, I'd be so mad. No, scalloped potatoes. Okay, you know what?
Little scalloped potatoes.
I'm not like
Are you mad about
upset, but
that?
no, I'm not like upset by that. I do think, a lot of the things on the list are better than scalloped potatoes, but scalloped potatoes can cover a lot of ground, man. You can do a lot with them. The potatoes au gratin, you can do funeral potatoes, you can do a lot of stuff with scalloped potatoes, and you do it well, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of scalloped potatoes. I remember when I was younger, I got my tonsils out, so you could only eat certain foods because
Yeah.
your throat. And the one thing I wanted was scalloped potatoes, and I didn't know what they were called, so it just had to be sad and try to explain scalloped potatoes without saying scalloped potatoes to my mother,
It's the
who did not know
flat
what I wanted.
potatoes. Flat
Exactly.
potatoes.
But she would cut potatoes flat and be like, "I don't know what you want."
Oh, that sounds
All right. Let's
hilarious.
do the final list. What is the best rankings of
All
potatoes
right,
from
from
Senor Joshua?
top to bottom, here is my objective potato tier list. Number one, scalloped potatoes. Number two is tater tots. Number three is gnocchi. Number four is potato chips. Number five are just standard fries. Number six, hash brown patties. Number seven, mashed potatoes. Number eight, steak fries. Number nine, baked potato. And number 10, potato salad.
Honestly, pretty good list for not knowing what was coming up.
Yeah, I'm happy with
I'm
this.
not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. All right, thank you for coming to my game show of blind ranking potatoes. Well, we're on Channel 5 weekdays at 6 o'clock.
That was pretty great. We'll have to hit Nate with one next time. Maybe I'll have one for Nate in a few weeks where he can blind rank things.
Oh,
do it.
baby.
All right. Now, in case you were missing more of Zach's voice, Zach's beautiful voice, you went to a CEDH tournament this last weekend, did you not?
I did indeed.
Give us a little
I
recap. How'd
performed
that go?
terribly. I did not win a single game, but
That
that's
feels
okay.
bad.
Kinnan still felt pretty good. Tested out Vexseek Wobble, has not come up a single time. But I did try to brainstorm a little bit of scenarios in the games I was playing, of which, if it had come up, would it have been helpful? And there was never really a spot where I thought Vexing Bobble would have been good here, unless I was playing against
Interesting.
Atali.
Interesting.
And I think it majority of the time hurt me more than helped me, so I don't think it's going to be an include.
Okay.
But I do have one notable game. Oh, sorry, continue.
No, I was gonna throw in there. I think I'm on a similar kind of game plan with Zelix, where Vexing Bobble is nice for games when I'm playing against somebody like Atali or somebody like Ral. But if I'm playing against other people, I want to be able to cast my free counter spells.
Exactly. That's kind of the same issue I was getting into. Of I'm drawing a lot of cards that I want to be able to cast without having mana to use or needing mana to use, and so the bobble was hurting me more than helping me, I think.
Okay. Interesting.
But there was one game that was notable, and it was kind of a sticky situation, which was not a fun time for me, and a lot of brain power. And I wanted to kind of get your guys' input and see if I did the correct thing or I should have done something different. And it's a little fun card called Consecrated Sphinx.
Oh, yeah. I know this guy.
It is a lot of fun when an opponent clones it.
Oh,
Good
no.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've done that before.
Zach.
Yeah, we were in a pod. I played my Sphinx, turn 2. So I was like, I'm living life. Easy peasy. Turn 2 Sphinx. This game's in the bag. The opponent before me clones it before it gets to my turn. So I've drawn a few cards from it. I did not have a counter for the clone. Otherwise, I would have just countered it, not have to deal with this headache of a game.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So then I was trying to think of what the best thing to do, because my draws trigger his draws. His draws trigger my draws until I decide not to draw, or I just draw my whole deck and hope to be able to win off the top.
Yeah, it's a bit of a game of
so-
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least for my position, I was the one deciding when to stop drawing, but the opponent still comes out on top in that scenario because I'm the one having to choose when to stop at that time. Of when I refuse draws, they get the remaining
Yeah, they
4
still get a
draws from my
bunch.
2 card draw. Yeah. What do I do in that situation? Do
Okay.
I mean, he was playing Rog Thras, so a
Rock
lot
thrust.
of
Okay, good to know.
mana, a lot of spells, a lot of free spells and storm spells and cradle shenanigans. So I'm trying to think of like, do my free interaction and free rocks, because I had a Valley Flood Caller in my hand that I could cast. Like, is it better for me to draw my whole deck and try to just flash win and hope I can out counterspell my opponent, and hopefully I have more free counterspells available or stack destroyers like Mindbreak Trap and Flusterstorm? Or do I play it safe and just let him draw more cards than I do?
That's interesting. So, Nate, what's your thoughts here? I want to see what you say.
Zach, you got your deck list?
I do indeed. I do
Because that's
indeed.
going to inform it at least somewhat. I
And like my
do.
deck is built upon doing a lot of free interaction,
Mhm.
like subtleties and force of wills and what's it called, disrupting shoal, stuff like that. It's a lot of it's
Okay.
like a lot of a no bad card shell from
Right.
Freedom Waffles list. So it's a lot of interacting on the stack and trying to draw interaction that I can cast even if I don't have mana. I
Uh,
don't know if I had more than he did in his deck. And that was the question I
Right.
was
Yeah,
let
that's
exploring.
me
always.
let me bring up Consecrated Sphinx because if I remember how it's worded right,
So when your opponent draws
it's
a card, you may draw 2 cards. And
okay.
so you do
So
have to draw those 2 cards before the opponent's Sphinx can draw 2 cards, because you have to resolve the trigger first, which is one thing that we did
right,
mess up for a little bit, is we thought each draw was an individual trigger to draw. So it was like I draw 1, they would have an option to draw 2, and then I would draw my last one. But we had that wrong, and the judge cleared that up for us.
Good, good.
okay,
But yeah, because you have to draw both cards before any other Sphinx triggers can resolve.
right. But this would be a situation since you're responding to is it every instance of draw? You
Yep.
have to decide if you're drawing twice as many, basically. So
You
I'm
have to
drawing 2,
decide
you're
if you're going to
drawing
draw 2
4, I'm
cards.
drawing 8, you're drawing 16.
So I draw 2. He now
Uh-huh.
has 2 Sphinx triggers to draw 4 cards
Okay,
total,
that's what I figured.
if those both resolve. And then I would get 2 draw triggers for each draw that they do. So I need to know how many cards are in my deck. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to figure out how many cards I can draw without losing.
Uh,
And then
luckily,
hoping that, yeah, it's a mess. It was a mess. It was not a fun time. I hope
yeah.
nobody has to ever worry about that situation in their lifetimes, because it's not fun.
Well, CDH would be the better spot to do it because you have it's easier to count how many cards you have since you're not usually that far into the game most of the time, especially you said it was turn 2 going into like turn 3 basically. You've got 10 cards out of your deck, maybe 15 if you've drawn a bunch of cards already.
Yeah, I definitely had less cards in my library than he had in his, because I had my
Gotcha.
Sphinx earlier than he did. I'm just trying to
What?
figure out if like the best situation would have been to just draw my whole deck and just hope to win the stack war, or if I should have just let him get more card advantage than me. I don't know. It's a really rough situation. And
It is a
I
rough
don't know.
situation. I think for me, it would also depend on where we're at in the day. If we're in like game 1, okay, cool. I'll think about it a little bit heavier. If we're
Yeah.
in like game 5 or 6 and neither of us are going to win, I would probably end up YOLOing it and be like, let's see how it goes and just draw my whole deck.
Yeah, there's no way for like top cut.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it. If I kill myself, I kill myself by drawing my deck,
then you have a better idea of if the situation pops up in the future and it actually matters.
Very true. It's just one of those weird situations that I'm not sure what the best play was, but it just doesn't happen all the time. But when it does, it's pretty crazy.
I think I'd want to look at a Roxai list and then also like your list to see if that's a good idea. But knowing that you're playing a no bad cards list, I would probably, as people like to say, full send and just go for it. And because does Roxai also, they also do Flood Caller, right?
Yeah, it's a Rock Thras list. But I do believe Rock Thras also runs Flood Caller.
But I don't know. I
I don't know.
ultimately decided not to just full send it and just play a little bit more conservative, which I did lose that game, but it is what
Was
it is.
it to the
It
Rog
was just,
Brass player?
it was indeed. It's just crazy
See,
how
yeah, and then
Ouroboros Breeze Caller, pretty good card.
yeah,
Yep.
see, maybe that's the thing where it's like, yeah, that would have been better to just
Full
go
send
for
it.
the full send. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that fun situation. Hopefully, no one ever has to deal with two consecrated sphinxes.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's always
that's all I was
frustrating.
wondering.
I have had to do that before, but it was in like a bracket 3 game, so it wasn't anywhere near as mind breaking.
Yeah,
Yeah, having to do that in CDH with all the complications of, is this the right move? Is this what I need to go for? Am I giving them too many resources? Am I taking enough resources? Yeah, that's tough,
the joys of complicated gameplays for
right?
sure. And then everyone, who finished up the game while we were playing came over to watch. And obviously, it's like, man, two sphinxes is a fun time to figure out. I'm
Right.
like, yep, it is. It is.
All was not lost though, as one of our friends did top four.
They did.
Yeah, shout out
Shout out to
to
Garrett.
Garrett, who top forward with Winota.
Garrett!
Looks like he's doing pretty well, so I'm excited to see how he performs at our upcoming tournament. I believe not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Next
Yep,
Saturday
Tony
it
Salt
is.
Lake.
All right. Well, we are a advice show, an advice show. Grammar isn't our biggest strong suit, but
We
we're
we give we give
That's
advice.
true.
Yeah, we try. We
we
try.
English real goodly, and we're here to give
English best
advice.
goodness.
We here
Mucho
to give
goodness.
advice bestest. So we've got
Hmm.
some questions here today that we're going to go ahead and get answered. So first off, from the top, we have from the r/EDH subreddit from username SwankyFish. What's your favorite removal spell that deserves to see more play? They say, killing your opponent's stuff is one of the most important and enjoyable parts of Magic. What removal do you think people should play more? Perhaps it's something new people haven't picked up yet, or is an obscure old gem. Hit me with your most underrated picks. So, if I can start off from the top here with one that I love. Early on, when I started playing Magic, I helped my uncle and aunt put some floors in their new home, and their payment to me was all of my uncle's old Magic cards. He just gave them all to me. So suddenly my collection grew by about, a good 6,000 old cards that I,
Tenfold even.
yeah, just a ton of cards that I went digging through. A lot of them were like Ice Age, Alliances, 4th edition, um, the Dark, Fallen Empires, those sorts of sets. And one of those cards that I had quite a few copies of, I maybe don't anymore, but it's still an excellent removal spell, is Ashes to Ashes. For one, a black and a black, 3 mana total. It is a sorcery, so it loses some points there. It says exile 2 target non-artifact creatures. Ashes to Ashes deals 5 damage to you. I just think that this is a very strong removal spell for 3 mana, exiling 2 creatures is a lot. Considering a lot of effects, I mean, you've got swords and path that can do it at instant speed for 1, but in black, if you're not running, excuse me, if you're not running white, but you have black in your deck, Ashes to Ashes feels like a really good rate to 3 mana to exile 2 creatures. It's pretty good. And the 5 damage, not going to be more relevant than the total power of whatever you end up exiling, right? If you end up exiling somebody's indestructible commander, this can hit like those old Theros gods that sometimes crop up and cause problems like Perforos. It's a great little removal spell that I think more people should check out.
I don't think I've ever heard of that card before. So that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sweet.
sweet.
I
Zack,
decided to pull out my codex binder to see if I could find some, since that is where I put a lot of fun cards. And one that I don't think is played enough in Commander is Price of Fame, especially if you're playing Yisholta or Yistola deck.
Yestola,
Yeah,
the
because
Esper Final Fantasy cat girl. Yep.
that cares about 3 or more. Because Price of Fame is 3 and a black for an instant that destroys target creature, and you surveil 2. The reason that makes this better is if it targets a legendary creature, it costs 2 less. So it costs as much as a Doomblade. And what do we always have in Commander? Those pesky legendary commanders. So you're always going to have some kind of target for it.
yeah, that's a good
That
point.
is very true.
I think it's Withering Boon. It's not technically a kill spell, but it kind of fits in that same niche where you just counter a spell in black.
Oh, true.
Unless they pay 5 life or something like that.
3.
No, that's Dash Hopes.
No, Withering Boon
With-
also costs 3 life.
Yes, you pay 3 life, but it just straight up counters their creature spell.
True.
So for mine, I've got a bit of a spicy include. All right, let's just say if you like seafood, you're gonna love this card. All right, it is 4 colorless, and then 2 blue pips. Try to guess where I'm going with this. It's a 4/5 creature. Summon Crab. Its name is King Crab. You can pay 1 colorless and a blue, and tap him to put target green creature on top of an owner's library.
What?
Now that's removal. How good is that? That's. I think everyone should play that because those green players, they deserve to be specifically punished for playing green. And this
You're
card
also
is so good for that.
you're also in blue, so you can play all the color changing effects. So you can make it black, red, blue if you really want to.
Or green.
You don't really need to
So
worry
you
about
can
white
hit
though.
Any creature that's not a green creature.
Okay.
This card is from Urza's Legacy. Nobody knows about it because it's not that good of a card. I'm just just throwing it out there. Please don't play this. Please don't play this card. Okay. For real though. A real good removal spell that I think is better than people. Like obviously, like 60 card players know this card pretty well. I got two cards. One for commander, one for 60 card. Fatal Push.
Yes.
Fatal Push is a 1 mana black spell. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. But it also has Revolt. So if a permanent left your field this turn, you can destroy a mana value 4 or less.
Yeah.
The one thing that I think a lot of people miss is like fetch lands are permanents leaving the battlefield. So
That's true.
if you have any permanent leaving the battlefield, it makes this kill spell a lot better. And so like in 60 card, fetch lands are typically the way to do this, and then killing those early creatures. But I think it's a lot better spell than people think it is, and I think that's an honorable mention. But my number 1 pick here, that's not King Crab, which it's hard to beat King Crab. So bear with me. 3 mana spell, 1 colors, 2 white. It's an enchantment from Modern Horizons, and we're running Out of Time. This card, when Out of Time enters the battlefield, untap all creatures, then phase them out until Out of Time leaves the battlefield. Put a time counter on Out of Time for each creature phased out this way. And then it has Vanishing, which at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a Vanishing counter. When all are removed, the spell dies and everything will come back. But this is a great way to remove people's commanders for a long time.
Yeah.
Because until this comes or leaves, the commanders are gone. Like, you're not getting them back until this is gone or the time counters run out. And the more creatures on the field, the more time counters you're going to get on the spell. Especially if you're running some Doctor Who time travel, I believe is the mechanic from Doctor Who where you add and remove time counters. This card is a great board wipe that's just like semi-pseudo permanent removal for commanders. And a lot of people don't run it. And I think we should run more of it. It's a great card.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people in your pod playing Kindred. You want to make them cry?
Yeah.
Play
No,
Out of
this
Time.
is
Literally.
It's
ruin those Crinkle players' days.
It's such a great little card to just say 3 mana. Every creature in play is no longer in consideration for the rest of the game because
It's pretty much
Especially
6
token
creatures
deck.
in play. Yeah, 6 creatures in play is all it takes for them to effectively be not relevant for the rest of the game unless somebody deletes this card. So
6 turns, a lot of turns. And it's pretty easy to have 6 creatures out with 4 players.
yeah, it's crazy.
And the fun part is, like, tokens count towards the vanishing counters, but they don't come back. And so token decks are going to make everything gone forever.
That is not true. Tokens
is that
do
not
get
true?
to come back. Yeah,
Yes.
it changed.
Because they're
Oh,
not
they're phased
technically
out. They're
leaving
phased
the
out.
battlefield.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're phased out.
They're phased out.
Yeah.
So the tokens will be there still. They just make the time longer.
Okay, that was my bad. I forgot about it. Was phasing, not just exiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Out of Time,
Which is
really cool
the
card.
big thing. That actually reminds me of a card that's similar if you want to target only one guy in particular, and that is Oubliette.
Yes.
It's 1
Say
and
that
double
again.
black
Say
for
that again.
Oubliette.
Oubliette.
Yeah.
Oubliette.
Yes,
Oubliette.
yes.
That's a fun word.
Oubliette
Oubliette.
is actually really, really dark. Basically, it's a pit with a grate on the top that's designed to where you can never fully stand up or never fully sit down. And it's basically the put them there and forget about them hole that was used in medieval times in jails for particular people that they didn't like. But what this card does is it allows you to do the same thing with your friend's commanders. It is a black enchantment for 1 and 2 black. When it enters the battlefield, you phase out target creature. It cannot face back in until Oubliette's gone. Like, it just doesn't.
Do you want to read the original Oubliette printing,
No.
though? Because
No, I don't.
it's fantastic. I'm going to do it because it's so funny.
It's one of those old cards.
So Oubliette was first printed in, let me get this right, I think, Arabian Nights. And
Makes sense.
Standard all-star.
yeah, so when it entered, here is what it said. Select a creature in play when Oubliette is cast. That creature is considered out of play as long as Oubliette is in play. Hence, the creature cannot be the target of spells and cannot receive damage, use special powers, attack, or defend. All counters and enchantments on the creature remain, but are also out of play. If Oubliette is removed, creature returns to play tapped. So it's a lot of words there.
Wonky.
There was a small group of people who were like, hey, can we just get this card reprinted and just have it say it phases out? Because that's effectively what it's doing, right? And so it was reprinted in Double Masters with the updated wording to say when it enters, target creature phases out until it leaves, tap that creature as it phases in this way, which is so much simpler.
I always love those weird old card wordings that are now just so streamlined that it makes
Right.
sense in our head already. But it's just so silly to see like how they worded things back in the day before they had keywords of things.
Right. Yeah, no, it's so nice how they can just kind of go back and update things.
Every single hour, Magic players are sacrificing goblins to pay for spells and abilities. We estimate roughly 10,000 goblins are sacked every day. Goblins who, without planeswalker interference, could be living full, healthy lives. Here at Manabonded, we're stepping up and speaking out. For as little as $1, you can help free these goblin folk from their heinous treatment. With your donations, we have already saved 13,000 goblins from being sacrificed to altars for mana, or strapped with bombs and thrown at fellow planeswalkers, or even given a skull clamp for nothing more than 2 cards. Step up and speak out against goblin abuse and become an honorary ante to these desperate goblins by calling 1-800-GOBLIN-LOVE to make your donation. This ad was made possible and paid for by the Cranko Goblin family.
All right, we ready for our next question?
Let's do it.
Born ready.
All right, from r/EDH, from username Great White. What card?
Great White Shark.
It just says great. It literally just great dash white. So great white. They
I had
asked.
an offer to add them to our Sharkapilla group, but here we are.
Maybe, yeah.
Not quite good enough.
They ask, what card instantly changes how the entire table treats you the moment it resolves, even if you weren't the biggest threat before? They ask, curious to hear what people have in their decks that gets them insta-targeted when it resolves, especially if you feel like it's often unjustified. Almost like you're pulling aggro and suddenly everyone's threat analysis goes out the window. Game changers are obvious, but curious about cards specific to your playgroup.
Interesting. Because, obviously the big boogeyman of, Ristic Study, Smothering Dive. Anytime you see one of those.
Those hit the field
Definitely
and you're
gonna
like,
do
hey,
those.
man, let's kill him.
Yeah, get this guy out of here. Come on.
Yeah.
But throwback to the beginning of this episode. Consecrated Sphinx.
Yeah, well,
card is,
it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, very good card. Very good card. Let's see. What was the card I was just thinking of a second ago? Token doublers. Any sort of token or counter doublers hit the field, I am immediately afraid of you.
It's like the Elspeth Planeswalker.
Elspeth
or
Planeswalker.
Mondrak from All Will Be One.
Yeah, Ojer Talk, or O'Hare Talk,
the
who
white
triples.
god.
Yeah. Anointed Procession,
Excellent.
Parallel Lives, Doubling Season, any of those effects that double the counters or double the tokens put on the field, I am immediately scared of you and I will use player removal if possible.
it gets out of hand so quickly when things
Yeah.
get doubled.
Especially if they're a token deck or a treasure deck, you know?
Oh yeah,
Treasure decks with
tokens
token
are doubled.
doublers is absolutely bananas.
Jeez.
I had a Ognis
O'Hare
the
does not
Dragon's
work the
Lash
best for that
deck.
one, but
Yeah, I had an Ognis the Dragon's Lash deck, which is the one a red black hybrid, a red, and then a red green hybrid. So it's like one and a Jund, sort of, for a 3/3 with haste. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. So it was really fun to just give my entire board haste, attack with 7 creatures, make 7 tapped treasures. Oh, but I have a token doubler, so it's actually 14 treasures. Oh, but I have Chatterfang, so it's actually 14 treasures and 14 squirrels.
yeah.
These squirrels are collecting money, and here we are.
Yep. So yeah, definitely a terrifying thing to hit the field. If you see token doublers, kill.
And that's also, I would go even further, at least for when people are playing against me. If you see a replacement for tokens like Chatterfang or Academy Manufacturer, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to abuse those guys.
Kill
I'm going
'em.
to try and abuse them real hard. You probably want to kill them.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah, another thing, any deck that I'm playing and you see me drop a Displacer Kitten, you probably want to murder that adorable little kitty because that thing
Displacer
does
Kitten's
work.
up to no good, dude.
yeah. Please do not ever let the kitten resolve. Like,
could
make sure it's put
genuinely-
down ASAP.
I would genuinely hear an argument for why Displacer Kitten should be on the Game Changer list. I think it's about that level of busted where I would hear the argument.
I think you could do a whole dissertation on why it should be a game changer.
True.
Pretty easily.
True.
I will vehemently disagree, but that's because I don't want my kitty to go on the list.
That's fair. That's also very fair.
Start a
I,
coalition
I
of
think-
protecting the kitty.
I think
Yeah.
mill
Coalition.
cards, no matter who you target with them, if they're single target or full table, you're gonna get people who hit you no matter what. And that's, I think, a fault of the Magic player base. And yes, I'm calling out all of you who do this, but I think that there is something about mill that as soon as people see cards go from library to graveyard and they didn't do it themselves, it's time to fight. It's time to throw hands.
I mean, to be fair, you're quite literally losing your mind. When you
Sure.
get
It's true.
So, like it makes sense that people get pissed off.
I get it, but you weren't going to have those cards anyway, so what's the big deal?
My favorite joke when people mail me out is, dang it, you got rid of those good cards.
Yeah,
Because I like putting just a bunch of good cards in my deck, so
they're all good cards.
they're all good cards.
There are no bad cards in my
What's
grandfather's deck.
They're good cards, Brent.
Honorable mention as well. I think Seedborn Muse. That
Yes.
card is insane.
Yes.
And, genuinely took it out of Kinnan because it is such a now I'm the threat kind of card.
Really?
Yeah, it's very good,
Wow.
but it's not worth the pressure or heat you get playing it.
Interesting. Okay.
Like especially with the game plan of Kinnan no longer being just big flips.
True. You're more relying on Kinnan's mana acceleration than Kinnan's flips.
Yep.
Yeah, I see that. I
Yep.
see that.
It's like untapping's not that big of a deal when you're not just wanting to flip every turn.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
I was looking through some lists to see if I find some others, and luckily, it hasn't been an issue for me, but I could see it being an issue for some play groups where people are worried about the Soulstone.
Mm.
Like, even if you're not harnessing it, you just play it, and people are like, oh, he's going to harness it later. He's going to harness it and then start reanimating things. And
Mana Rock
for
with
me,
a plus side is pretty good.
yeah, for me, it is a indestructible black mana rock that maybe, just maybe, I'll harness later on.
Yeah, like I have that option later on in the game if I so choose.
Or if nothing else
A
is
lot of
going
black
good for me.
decks pretty much want that. So
Yeah.
True.
the number one card that you should be looking out for is King Crab, the 5 mana.
King Crab.
If you see King Crab, you better run.
Remove a green creature back to the top of the owner's library. And you know what? You're basically ruining their whole game plan because now they're going to draw that creature. What are they going to do? Play it again? No, Crab's coming for him. Crab's coming for him. They're never drawing new cards ever again.
Him and his best friend, Painter Servant.
Painter
Everybody's
Servant.
green now.
That's true.
Keep an eye out for the King Crabs. If someone plays that, you know you're done. It's over.
Hi, I'm Tristan Pearson, Principal Plane Director, and I'm here to talk to you today about our new DNR list and what it means for you as Magic players. Our new Do Not Return Magic Plane Scale. This is a tool we at R&D have been using for a while, and we are excited to share its inner workings. Much like the storm scale, it shows how likely we are to return to certain magic planes. However, instead of it being a 1 to 10, like the storm scale, it's a 1 to 5, to be a subtle reminder of the commander bracket system. A 1 is a plane that we will end up going back to time and time again, like Ravnica, Innistrad, or even New York City. A 3 is less likely, but still a possibility if we feel enough players want it. Something like Lorwyn or Kamigawa or Middle-earth. And a 5 is something we will probably never see again. Think Bloomborough or Ikoria or even Alara. Really any set that doesn't sell as well as a Universes Beyond set. Thank you for joining us in this exciting new change. I can't wait for everyone to give us feedback on the official Magic the Gathering Discord and subreddit. I'm Tristan Pearson saying, welcome to New York City.
All right, you guys ready to move to our last question here?
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
All right, this last question we have for you today is a listener-submitted question from one Corbin. Corbin emailed us last week, and here's what their email said. Hey guys, I need your help. So, my buddy was playing a group hug deck with the 4-color Gay Kings. I forget their actual name. Corbin, side note, the card name is Canayo Sentiro. Hopefully you've learned this. It is one of my favorite commanders. Anyway, with the 4-color Gay Kings, and he played a wedding ring. He got married to another one of our friends, and then he tried to cast mechanized production on it, thinking he'd get another copy and he could eventually marry the table. Unfortunately, it's a cast trigger, so that didn't work. How can we get it so that all the homies can get married together without playing a bunch of bounce spells? Help me, Manabonded. You're my only hope. Well, Corbin,
That's a good one.
we're going to help you out. We're going to do our best. But let me read Wedding Ring for the class here for those who don't know what it is. Wedding Ring is a 2 and 2 white artifact for mana that says, when Wedding Ring enters the battlefield, if it was cast, target opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring draws a card during their turn, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent who controls an artifact named Wedding Ring gains life during their turn, you gain that much life. So the way the Wedding Ring works is it effectively pairs 2 players together and makes it so that whenever either player gains life or draws cards, both of them are going to draw or gain that much life. This is a wonderful goal you have set forward, Corbin. So we are going to help you today. We have created a deck list that we will be suggesting cards and working with each other. We're going to spend the next couple minutes brainstorming cards to add, but here's what we're going to do. We started with the baseline Canayo Sentiro Miletus. They are the commander for this list. We put a Wedding Ring in the list. Now, let's build. Boys, what do we have?
I mean,
So-
to be fair, we have 4 colors with the commander, which is really nice. Helps a lot.
Yep.
Helps a lot. I think
Yes.
everybody wants to marry their homies. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that? But you need to be careful though, because if you're playing bracket 3, according to our list
No
from
chain
the previous
smooching.
episode, yeah, you can't kiss your homies.
Can't
So
chain
No.
kiss the
There's
homies.
No
Yes.
chain smooching
yeah,
the homies.
no chain smooching the homies. But when you're all married together, that's not premarital.
Smooching.
So you should be good.
Yeah.
You should be good.
But so while you two were mostly doing the comparative list, I was jumping ahead on this, and with the Wedding Ring, notably, that ability, that first ability, when it enters, if it was cast, target opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. That's a triggered ability,
Yeah.
and you know what Magic has quite a few of? Triggered abilities and ways to copy them. So
True.
I went ahead and found a few. A couple of my favorite are actually Lucy McLean from the Fallout Secret Lair. She is a
Yes.
3/5 for 4 and a white that has an ability. Whenever a token enters the battlefield, target player other than that controller creates a token that's a copy of it. Then you draw a card if an opponent created a token this way. Do this only once each turn. So Lucy gets you an extra Wedding Ring that you give to an extra homie. So that gets us one more.
Plus, you can play Lucy, and that's a fun card to play. So
Yeah, Lucy's great.
who doesn't
So,
love Fallout?
If
Who
we've
doesn't love
got
Fallout?
Lucy out and we've cast the Wedding Ring, we're in a throuple. But we don't want to.
Yep.
We don't want a spare tire here. We need somebody else.
That's why we got Kyorl
Kirill?
the Boros. Yeah,
I
I
like
don't know how to say his
words.
name. The attentive first year, because he can have you tap
Oh,
two
is that the
untap creatures you
vampire guy?
control. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the vampire
The
guy.
vampire guy from Six. Okay.
Yeah, from Lara Wind Eclipse that
Yeah.
was on vacate or was on a trip from Strixhaven.
Field
But
trip.
you can tap two guys to copy a triggered ability. So, what's better about getting somebody in your group, in your polyamorous group? Communication. So you're communicating with two of your homies, the original couple, to get another guy in on it. Then you also got Go-Go, who just copies abilities multiple times. So if you play Wedding Ring and then you have Go-Go X's 2, all homies are married already. That one's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then
Go-Go is a great include.
funnily enough, Mr. Fantastic
Oh,
also
yeah,
does the same thing.
Yeah, the upcoming one.
Yeah, because you can pay Kanaios and Tiros mana cost, tap him, copy target triggered ability you control twice. You may choose new
Plus-
targets for the copies.
Plus,
So
just think
that-
of how good hugs he can do, because he can stretch and just
Oh,
grab
yeah.
everyone together. It's very important. Very
Right.
important.
And then there's also there's some other card. Oh, and Return the Favor. It's just a great card to play anyway.
Yeah.
Where you can
That is such a good card.
escalate it to copy target triggered ability.
Yeah, well,
So-
you can copy the spell or the ability itself, get an extra copy.
Yep.
We also included Zedru the Great-Hearted as a way to donate your wedding ring to someone else. So if you have a way to, say, make token copies of things, you can use Zedru to make sure that you're giving away those copies of wedding ring to other players.
You can also run Harmless Offering, which has a beautiful Deadpool Secret Lair art of Jeff the Shark as well. And you can give the wedding ring to another player.
True. I also included Strionic Resonator, a card that I love back from Core 2014. 2-mana artifact, pay 2, tap, copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. So again, a nice little trigger copying ability here that will help you to increase the wedding ring triggers that you have. We also want to include potentially ways to just create more wedding rings that are on the field. So token doublers such as Anointed Procession, those can do some work. You can also include Parallel Lives. If you're able to copy the spell with Parallel Lives in play, that will give you an extra wedding ring that you can then donate away with one of those abilities.
I'm pretty sure that won't work because if you copy the spell, when it resolves, you didn't cast the copy.
Yes, but so that means that means the wedding ring comes into play under your control because you're just creating a token copy. So you're going to have 2 rings, but you can still donate the ring to another player because the connecting part of the wedding ring doesn't care about how they got the wedding ring. It just cares that if one player is doing something with a wedding ring on, all other players are going to do something with a wedding ring on.
Fair.
So, yeah, all we need to do is make... one of the ways we can do this is we can make tokens of the wedding ring and donate them.
Yeah, so an really easy way to do this, to make sure everybody gets a token copy, is you can play Wedding Ring, give somebody the copy, then you can donate them with one of the donate effects, the original, and then hit either the original or the token with Fractured Identity, and then that will give you and the other players a wedding ring.
True.
Specifically, each opponent that does not, the one you targeted does not get a wedding ring.
Correct.
But every other player will get.
Yeah, that's why you want to give them the second wedding ring, so that way they're still married to you when you blow up one of their rings.
Yeah, or if you've managed to copy the trigger and give yourself 2 rings, blow up one of your rings to make sure everyone else gets one too.
Exactly.
Now, in the off chance that, this marriage isn't working out, which some don't, no shame, we are going to include a copy of Bane of Progress. We'll include a copy of Bane of Progress. What that's going to do is...
in case the relationship gets toxic.
Yeah, if things get toxic, if it's transactional, if you're sitting there and they're only gonna mooch, they're not gonna support the marriage, they're not gonna help you get cards, they're just gonna wait for you to draw cards so they can draw more cards. that's not a very healthy relationship, and we understand that sometimes you may need to call it off. So Bane of Progress is one of those ways that you can do it.
I think it's also important to have flash photography, so photos can be taken at the wedding, and it's just a good way to get another copy of a wedding ring. And if you mill it, it has flashback, so you can do it again.
I mean, you could also do one of our little friends who has a copy of Wedding Ring that came out on the set, Peter Parker's camera,
That is
which
true.
enters with 3 charge counters, or film counters, sorry, not charge counters. You pay 2, tap it, remove a film counter, and then copy target triggered or activated ability. You may choose a new target.
And you can do the wedding ring trigger to get more wedding rings.
Yeah,
Plus, it's just a good card as well. I think that's a pretty cool card.
it is.
I think we definitely have to have Savor the Moment, specifically the Secret Lair art of Ral and his lover getting married. So that when everyone has a wedding ring, you can then cast Savor the Moment, and then all you and your homies can just sit there and enjoy the moment together, you know?
One thing I particularly like about the cards that copy triggered abilities in particular is if for some reason you can't find Wedding Ring, at least the ones like Go Go and Attentive First Year, those guys, and Peter Parker's camera, those can all work with your commander. So you can copy your commander's ability. Like they're not just dead without Wedding
They're
Ring.
not just
True.
dead cards, yeah.
Copying
I think,
KNT's ability can be really helpful.
I think we should be running a few of the artifact tutors, like
Mhm.
in Lane Tutor, be able to find a wedding ring a little bit easier, pretty quick. Ways to tutor it to your hand so you're able to cast it. We don't want to tutor it to the field because it is a cast trigger.
Yep. We don't want to whir.
Yeah,
We can fabricate as well.
Yeah, I already have Fabricate on. I am adding in
Fabricate.
more cards that can search.
All right, now that we're married, it might be a good idea to put some kids into the deck, like Atreus, Impulsive Son, so that you and your new family can have a child. You could do Rograk, son of Rogrog, and then you and your homies have a family together. You have a son.
You have 2 sons.
You have 2 sons. I would say Crick, son of Yawgmoth, but that is in black, and that is not a color that we have access
True.
to.
We don't have access to that, sadly. Anyway, we've got the deck list started here. We've added about 27 cards to the deck, and I think that we've got you a pretty good start on a theme here. I think from here, you and the homies can work together to add the ramp packages you want, add or subtract cards based on price, budget restrictions, bracket restrictions. We understand. So I put in an Enlightened Tutor because that's a great way to just quickly go search out your wedding ring to get married really quickly. I understand if you want to play bracket 2, you maybe not want that. As far as price goes, I didn't realize Flash Photography is a $50 card.
It's
So,
bendy.
if you don't want to add
People
that
are
in,
realizing it's
don't
good.
worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you can get your hands on the scene bundle somewhere, that's the best way to get your hands on it.
Pretty much pays for the bundle itself.
Yeah. That's where I got mine.
At market price. At market price.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to save this deck list where it is, and we are going to send you the link to it through the email that you use to contact us. We'll send you over the deck list. We will let you go from there, and we want to hear from you how you flesh out the deck and how it plays. So please keep us updated, Corbin. We would love to hear about how this goes, and if you and the homies can successfully get married and have a happy marriage.
You can get the bundle for $70.
That's not bad at
Oh
all.
wow, that's pretty good, dude.
So yeah, I think it's a little bit above MSRP, but it does have the
That's
flash
still not
photography in it.
That's not bad.
True. So we're going to move here to the end step, and as alluded to in the beginning of the podcast, I have some news that I am personally incredibly heartbroken over and will not get over for a while.
Let's put in some sad music here real
Yeah.
quick. A
little
little
bit of
trumpet playing.
In the Arms of the Angels, yeah.
Nope, that's
What?
Star Wars.
That's Star Wars. No, that does not go here. No. So on Tuesday, we were given an announcement that the last live service update for Destiny 2 will come out on June 9th. After that update, there will be no more content coming out for Destiny 2. That will be it. There are no more expansions, no dungeons, no guns. They're just going to put out one big update with a ton of content, and then they're going to step away, it sounds like, from Destiny as a whole. For those of you who may not know why this came out, some of you may feel it came out of the blue. Others who have been kind of in the know understand that this was probably going to happen. Destiny 2 has been on a bit of a downward trend since the Final Shape expansion in 2024.
A previous year that we're not
Yeah,
currently
2024. So the Final Shape was the end of this story that they had been telling and working towards since the beginning of Destiny 1. That was kind of like their final their end game moment, right? Was the Final Shape. It was a wonderful story that closed off a lot of like emotional loose ends and really kind of brought a lot of players into the game to do this final push and say, I want to see how this ends. I want to see how they close out the game. And it was wonderful. I loved the Final Shape as an expansion. I think the story had its moments that could have been stronger, but overall, its themes of loss and moving forward and recognizing what you have and protecting the life that you've built is so important. So after the Final Shape, Destiny 2 lost a lot of players. And some players continued to play after that final expansion and were willing to give the game a try and say, let's see where it goes from here. Let's see what they do now. There were a couple expansions that came out, and then an expansion that came out last year called Edge of Fate. And that was supposed to be this sort of build up into this new storyline that they were working towards. About these ancient aliens called the Nine. It was going to be this new sort of big arc that they were going to work towards, but it failed to sort of get that momentum going that they were looking for. They did a couple more updates afterwards. The last update they did was, we talked about it when we first started this podcast. It was one of those updates that came out. It was Destiny 2 Renegades, which was sort of a Star Wars crossover update. And it was good. It was fine. But again, just never really had the momentum. So they made the decision to kind of pull the plug on Destiny and say, we're not going to update it anymore. We will leave the servers open. We will let you all continue to play for as long as we can support the servers staying open. But we're walking away. And
it's over.
That caused a lot of controversy and a lot of frustration, because not only was the player base blindsided by this, the developers at Bungie were blindsided by this. Very, very few
not
people.
Not the good blindside with Sandra Bullock.
No, it was a very bad blindside. Okay, almost nobody at Bungie knew this was happening. There were several teams who were told what was going to happen. And they were like, can we please tell everyone that this is happening? Because we hate being the only people who are in the know. We hate what's going on. And management and Bungie said, no, this is going to be a secret. So when that post got made on social media publicly, that was when half of Bungie or more found out as well. So just a crazy, like, low blow and aggressive pull from the management team. And I want to just keep rambling about this because I'm so mad at Bungie's management team. Because Bungie is a studio filled with wonderful people who want to make wonderful games and put their heart and soul into the game, who have been hampered by management and upper studio producing teams telling them to dial it back. Don't over-deliver. That was an actual quote from an internal presentation, by the way. Don't over-deliver. They were told to withhold features. Don't make it that cool. Hold things back so that we can, push it out in waves, and we can push things out to be monetized, and we can do all these different things. But management, it has been what killed Destiny. And the fact that it's gone, the fact that it's going to be over so soon is really weird. I don't know what your guys' experience with Destiny was. Have you guys played much?
Not much.
Yeah.
I played through the first 3 to 4 expansions of Destiny 2, and I played a very limited amount of Destiny 1. Since back when Destiny 1 was out, my home internet situation was pretty bad, so I basically could only play the basically local stuff. And then Destiny 2, I got into and was playing with some friends. But after I got through the story they had at the time, I wasn't really having a lot of fun with the grind for like good gear. So I kind
Yeah.
of put it down.
And that's fair. But it's crazy to me because this game has been, and this series has been such a staple in the video game spheres for a long time. Games came and went that were, advertised to be Destiny killers. Games that were finally going to knock Destiny off its pedestal and become the new best game. Destiny 1 was released in 2014. Name another franchise that has lasted, that was released around the same time, that's still out today. It's crazy how long this game
It has
lasted.
lasted a while.
Yeah. Because I was going to say a similar amount of time, not in the same era, was another originally Bungie title, but Halo.
Yeah.
Very
Like-
true. Very true.
Bungie has made
I miss good Halos.
Bungie has made some very, very good series.
So
Yeah.
I'm just looking at some other games that were released around the same time or at different times to kind of give you an estimate. Apex Legends, 2019, 5 years after Destiny 1 and 2 years after Destiny 2. Fortnite came out the same year as Destiny 2.
Oh wow.
Like, there's a couple of these games that just came out around the same time, and Destiny had done so well in its sphere and just got killed. And I will never not be mad about it. I think it's truly like one of the most unjust things to happen is a studio full of love and inspiration and drive to make the best games possible has had management drive it into the ground. Jeez, yeah, I could keep
Typical
talking
for a
about
lot
this
of
for a while,
studios.
but I'm so mad about this. Like, unbelievably upset.
I personally think that they should have ended Destiny 2 a while ago and released a Destiny 3.
Yeah, and
Because once you have this new entity pop up, like once they went and like the darkness and all that stuff, I feel like that would have been a great starting off point for a Destiny 3.
yeah.
That's
And
true.
I
Like
think-
revamp the engine.
I think Destiny 3 is what a lot of players want, and for a long time, I was actually kind of against the idea. I would have preferred that we just stay on the Destiny 2 name, we stay on what we're doing, and we just let the developers take like a year and a half with little sort of trickles of content while they rebuild and overhaul the entire game on the back end to make it, lighter, to make it less a smaller size, to make it more efficient, less buggy, and then come out and say like, all right, here's the new era of Destiny 2. Since it's been shut down, there is a change.org petition, no joke, to release Destiny 3 and to tell Bungie and tell Sony to let Bungie make a Destiny 3 and to let them have whatever
demand is
resources it
there.
takes to make it, because Destiny 1 was an incredible game for its lifetime. Destiny 2 lasted for so long, and I'll admit, probably went longer than it needed to. I think ending with the final shape would have been better, and working on a third game and third installment would have been better. But I again,
Yeah.
like, it just makes me so sad.
That's one of the things I'm kind of surprised about, honestly, is there was never a crossover or like a secret lair for Destiny or
Yeah,
anything along those lines for Magic, because I could have easily seen them doing some kind of Destiny
Absolutely.
secret lair of some level, and I think it would have worked pretty well, especially now with all of the kind of out there secret lairs we're getting now.
yeah.
Right?
We did get
Garfield and Felix.
right before the game disappeared, about a month or two ago, Destiny 2 got a Magic the Gathering crossover where there was like a Jace skin, a Chandra skin,
Yeah.
and what was it, a Liliana skin?
Because like
Or
Destiny had that
something like that,
crossover,
yeah.
but there was never the Magic side of
Yeah,
it.
it
So I
never
was
came
kinda
back to the
surprised
Magic
there.
side. It makes me so sad, and it makes me wonder that since they've pulled the plug on Destiny 2, if there was something in the works for Magic, are they going to pull the plug on that?
That's a good point. Because like maybe they had a secret lair they were working on and designing currently. that
Yeah, and maybe
just
they
hadn't quite
walked
finished.
away from it. Yeah.
Or
So,
maybe that'll be the last like send off for Destiny 2. Will be the
Maybe they'll do
secret
that.
lair.
for those of you
Like,
who care, I will link the change.org petition for Destiny 3 in the show notes. It is sitting at
Please help
200.
our host.
Yeah, it's
Help
sitting
our host
at
bring you back.
250,000 signatures. It was only posted less than a week ago. So it is just 4 days ago. In 4 days, it has gotten 100,000 signatures, 250,000 people, all telling Sony, hey, get this game going. It'll take a while. It's going to take probably 5 years to make the game what they want. But we'll wait.
Right.
All you have to say is, we'll do it, and we'll be happy, and we'll wait. I'll even go buy Marathon, dude. If you tell me Destiny 3 is happening, I'll buy Marathon. I'll even buy some microtransactions so that I can put my money in and help Bungie out in making Destiny 3. So...
another random thing I just remembered about Destiny is Destiny had some of the coolest merch ideas that I've seen for a video game.
Oh yeah.
You had time gated things where you could get pins for different seasons, for different raids, for different things. You could get
still
jackets.
have a raid jacket. I own a raid jacket for the Deepstone Crypt raid, released in 2019, 2020-ish was when that expansion dropped. Yeah, it's the only raid jacket I ever ended up purchasing. I really wish I'd gotten a different one because it's a full winter coat, and that's not super practical. There are like lighter bomber style jackets that I wish I had gotten instead. And now my only hope is like eBay. Yeah. So
yeah,
it sucks. It's a sad thing.
Don't be sad it's over. Be happy that it happened.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Or like my favorite Winnie the Pooh quote is like, how amazing it is to have something that I'm sad to lose, or something like that.
Yeah,
along those lines.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
That game was a once in like, truly like, we're not gonna get another game like that for a long time.
All right, here it is. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. It's like one of my favorite quotes. It's just so good.
I feel like I see that posted on people when they're like saying goodbye to their pets.
Yeah, pets or loved ones, but like, hey, it works for a video game too. Like,
it does work for a video game.
Those connections, like the stories and adventures that happen. Like we get connected and feel them. And it's sad when you finish a game that you've enjoyed and like the story's over.
Yeah,
like you want more, but like there isn't.
They always talk about what game would you love to go back and experience for the first time again? You know, to relive that story, or to see the stories that you experienced, to have those moments that I had in Destiny 2 of clearing a raid with a group of strangers, or doing a raid with friends for the first time a day or two after it released, and getting the super rare exotic drop the first time I ever touched that raid. Which really happened. It was so cool. And it's so crazy to me that I had all of these amazing memories. I've met some truly incredible people playing Destiny, and some very close friends that I have. Shout out Aaron. He had a question a while ago. One of my best friends. I know we don't talk enough, but I still consider him one of my best friends. And I met him originally playing Magic, but we kept in contact because we played Destiny together. And I met a bunch of other friends through that, playing Destiny together. And to know that is more or less done, that there will be no more Destiny 2 content is hard to think about, and it's hard to realize. But I know me and my friends are planning a last hoorah together. We're going to get together once the update drops, and we're going to run all the raids we want. We're going to play together as much as we can. We're just really going to hammer into this game and really show Bungie that, like, hey, we still loved this game, and tell Sony we're mad.
Well, the concurrent players have basically skyrocketed since the announcement.
Oh, has it? I was checking Steam charts today after, but I hadn't noticed. Holy crap.
Yeah. The amount of people that are like, oh, shoot, I'm not going to be able to just go back to this later, have gone up, and they're like, I got to get in and I got to play it now while I can. I mean, granted, from what it sounds like, it's just not going to be any new content.
Yeah.
So you can still go through and do a bunch of things.
Yeah. Bug patches will still happen. Maintenance will still occur. However, no story content and no seasonal content will be releasing. It is from here on out, the things in the game that are there are what we're going to have. There will be nothing else.
Which, for me, it kind of, this might sound a little weird. It's like, it's now a good time to, once this final bit comes out, it's now a good time to go through the story.
Maybe.
Because, I love the story of Destiny.
It has some of the
really
deepest and coolest lore. Like, as somebody who appreciates epic fantasy and deep sci-fi, Destiny 2 is such a cool mixture of sci-fi fantasy that I just love. To answer your
Yeah.
question, when this update releases on June 9th, they will also be releasing a Destiny 2 collective like bundle on Steam that will
Nice.
have everything. All the weird dungeon
That'd be really
keys that
nice.
they've offered for sale, all the expansion packs, all the like seasonal things, everything will be out as
Nice.
on June 9th. So you can buy it all in a single go if that's what you've been waiting for.
I'll have to see if I can
That's
get
fair.
that and then shift my account, because obviously I had mine on PlayStation initially because
Oh,
that's where all my buddies were playing.
crossplay was enabled years ago. You're totally good.
No, what I'm saying is I don't want to start over.
You won't. That's what I'm saying. Your account
Okay.
should be playable through Steam. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm very sure that if you go through Bungie's website and transfer your account over, you should be able to play everything on PC.
That's fine. I can look into it more if I decide to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys decide to do
RIP
that, let
Bungie.
me know, because I will absolutely do that.
Or Destiny 2. I mean,
Yeah,
probably
Bungie's-
Bungie 2. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the other thing. It's
how the
it's
company's
worrying
hanging
the
in
future
there.
of Bungie because
Oh.
Bungie has been a staple of the gaming industry longer than Destiny 2. Dude, they made Halo.
Yeah.
One of the most iconic
Yeah.
gaming franchises of all time that spun off, 8 mainline games, a boatload of side games, books, TV series, movies. Halo is incredible, and Bungie was the studio that made
Arguably
it.
the precursor to Destiny.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like Halo's the reason Xbox popped off. Like
Yeah.
Xbox is the thing.
Yeah.
Xbox would not have been that popular if Halo had not been a thing, honestly.
Halo split screen.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, that was the life.
Oh yeah, dude.
So much fun. So much fun.
Do you remember, Zach?
And
We had
Marathon's not doing too hot either, so like I don't know.
it's
if
doing
Bungie's gonna
okay,
be
but
able
it
to
ain't
hang in
doing
there.
Destiny 2 numbers. I'll tell you
It's
that.
not doing what they wanted it to.
No, Zach, do you remember
That's
when
fair.
we were at your house one Friday night? We ended up doing an 8-man Halo Reach.
A LAN party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
LAN party.
Yeah.
And
Good time.
Upstairs,
we had the
downstairs.
moment where I got on the Banshee because I just love Banshees, and
So fun.
you guys jumped off the man cannon on the Valhalla map with the flag, and I flew under you guys with the Banshee. You drove off in a Warthog, and I caught it on my Banshee and flew it out back to the other base while we were all screaming,
times.
"Witness me!" Oh, that was a good.
Witness me.
That was a good time.
Oh, Mad Max. I love that
That's
match.
some magic that only
So
Bungie
good.
can pull off, and if Bungie
Yeah.
ends up going under,
It's
I will
just-
be so sad.
It's just those like moments of like 4-player split screen. You hook up to another Xbox for 8-player LAN.
Hmm.
It's just you get those like magical moments that just like they're not a thing anymore, and it makes me so sad.
True.
But like because like technology has advanced so far that like the idea of split screen, like a lot of game developers are even getting rid of like couch co-op
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
not popular enough.
Which I don't
And,
agree
like,
with.
it's so
I
sad
want
to
more
see.
couch co-op. The only
Yeah, it's so
couch
much fun
co-op
just being able
options
to
I
sit there
have.
together playing the game.
Yeah, I have very few couch co-op options anymore, and it makes me sad that I don't really have options to do. Like, I miss when, like the Call of Duty games would let you play online with a guest account on your same
Yeah.
console. You could just have your buddy over, he could sign into a guest account, and then the two of you could play online together on the same console. The only game that
That's
still
great.
does that, as far as I know, is Rocket League does this. If like you two can play together on the same console online. I don't know how many other games let you do same console online together.
I don't know of same console online together, but I do know game been out for a while now, but It Takes Two.
Oh, I love It Takes Two.
It Takes Two, you actually only need one person to buy the game, and then there's
One copy of the
literally
game.
a guest version of the game that you can buy and play with the person who owns it.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
with
Or you don't have to even
Fiction,
buy
I
it, you just
believe,
get
which
it.
is like the second iteration of that kind of style.
Yeah,
of
Split
game.
Fiction does
Like,
this. Yeah.
like those two games like came out because there was like a lack of co-op 2-player games.
Yeah.
That you could just sit down and play with your SO or your buddy or your friend or like anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so like I think that, and those were pretty successful games too.
well,
and so
I
it's
think
like
It Takes
they-
Two did better than Split Fiction did, but It Takes
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
also came out in a drought year where we didn't get a lot of great games, so it kind of stands out a little bit
That's fair.
differently.
And
But
it's
I
a really
think
good
the
story.
story of
Great
It
game.
Takes Two is a little bit more
Pretty
like
heavy.
yeah. Well, it's also one where a lot of people recognize and go with. I haven't seen Split Fiction, so I don't know that story.
The story's not as good with Split Fiction, so
Yeah,
Fair
it's a
enough.
little bit worse.
But if you
It's
play
still
It
pretty
Takes
good. It's still
Two,
really
you
good.
get to go through the incredibly cinematic moment of attempting to make your own daughter cry by tearing up her favorite stuffed animal, who is alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do think it's kind of funny though, the people who have taken the advantage of the like co-op cozy game, like play with buddies,
Yeah.
not necessarily like Halo or whatnot, are the indie titles.
Yeah. Because the indie
Because like
titles.
Peak,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh,
This
Peak is
this
good.
is what I'm gonna get on my soapbox for the, let me count. Yep, eighth time in this podcast. So, indie devs make co-op games because indie devs know what it's like to love to play video games. And they're the ones who not only love to
absolutely.
play games, because I'm sure there's plenty of AAA developers who also love games and that's why they make them. Indie devs get to make the games they want to play and make them the way they want to make them. And they get to add the
Exactly.
features they want. Big AAA titles don't want multiplayer because if one copy of the game plays 4 people, that's 3 copies of the game they didn't sell. But
That's true.
with a couch co-op game where 4 of you can play Borderlands 2 on the same Xbox, that's going to be a nightmare to see anything, but I think you could do it.
But you can do it, yeah.
It's so much more fun, and I think there's a lot of these indie devs who remember the good times of couch co-op games like Borderlands, crap like Worms, just all these super fun games that you could play together
Oh
as
man,
friends, and they're putting
old
that
Worms,
love
yeah.
of the
good old
couch co-op
worms.
back into the game. And they're back into the
Yep.
games they want to make. I think Aggro Crab, the developers behind Peak, behind Content Warning, I think is the one. It's
I
kind
think
of,
that's yeah.
yeah, it's like
And
Repo or
then
Lethal Company. They've also made
yeah, Lethal
Crash Out
Company.
Yeah.
Crew is in early access now, and that looks super fun. It's a OSHA not sanctioned forklift simulator.
I mean, then you've also got back to Among Us.
Oh,
Like Among Us was the same kind of thing.
yep, Among Us is pretty good, even like to some extent. And I don't like this game as much. It's not my cup of tea. But to some extent, Fortnite has capitalized on this, right? Fortnite recognized that people want to play together, and so they made their game free across every platform and mobile friendly. The amount of times when Fortnite first came out that I would see people that I just wouldn't normally see them as playing video games, like 3 or 4 people in a family would whip out phones and play Fortnite together. That's a cool thing to have access to. Like, I'm not a fan of Fortnite as a game, but I can concede that point. That was a great move on their part, and I think is what really helped them find a spot in the gaming world and stick with it. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, we could do a totally separate podcast about games.
Yeah.
And maybe
It's
if
true.
maybe in the
true.
future, if we ever get to the point where we open up a Patreon, one of the Patreon levels will be
Yeah.
like a 30-minute game of the week rant, or one of us picks a game that we're in love with for the moment, and we all get to chat about it and chat about
You
why
get
we
a
love
rant.
it. Yeah.
That'd be kind of
Pretty
fun.
I don't know. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. To be fair
It
as
is.
well. Like the good old days, you know.
Yeah. What's the quote
Yep.
from was it Jacksepticeye
The
about
Office?
no, Jacksepticeye
Oh.
said something about
Office has a good one too.
nostalgia. You don't miss your life when it was back
Yeah.
then because your life was probably like your personal experience was worse. What you miss is how you felt back then and how
Yeah.
you didn't know about so many things. You were so unaware of so many things. You
And
miss the feeling
you-
of it. You don't miss the thing.
You also miss the fact that you didn't have as much to do.
Yeah.
Like
Responsibility,
in
yeah.
high school, I'm like, cool. I come home from school, I do what little homework I have, and then I'm chilling. I don't
Oh,
have to worry
yeah.
about bills.
High
I don't have
school
to worry
means
about
like worried
insurance.
about doing a paper for AP government or something like that.
Yeah,
Like, I
dude.
get
Yeah.
stressed out by doing a project. But
You
now it's
come
like, at
home,
least
you
I'm
play
getting paid
games for
my
5
stress
hours.
now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace, Destiny 2. Bungie, I'm rooting
Forever
for
in
you.
Josh's heart.
Please do something. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the shout outs here. This has been a long episode with a lot of talking and reminiscing. We hope you've enjoyed joining us for this week's episode. If you have questions like
They're your
Corbin
homies.
did, if you have questions like Swanky Fish and Great White, go ahead and send them over to us at manabonded@gmail.com. We'd love to help you out, whether it's helping out with the deck list idea or coming up with some hidden cards. We are great for that. We are the Magic the Gathering advice show for the people.
I would love to help you brew. Let me know how I can help. I will do it.
Totally though. Corbin, shout out. I signed your ancient tomb. Thank you for everything. Thank you for listening. Appreciate you. Hopefully, the Ancient Tomb is a cool staple in your deck, and people enjoy the little doodles I did on it.
Dude,
wondering- I was wondering who
Corbin's high
Corbin
power
was.
deck
Corbin's
is
a
sick.
sweetheart.
I didn't know who Corbin was.
Corbin's a
I
sweetheart.
was wondering if it was a random one, but okay, it's a guy at the CDH stuff. Cool.
Yeah. Well,
No,
he's
he just goes to Phoenix Fire. Yeah, he's like
He
one of
does
our
Phoenix
first
Fire.
listeners.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Now I know.
He's super cool. Right now, he's on Gev for like high power.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Slash
yeah,
EDH.
it's a pretty sweet deck.
It's a fun deck, and I've sat there and I've had to save the table a couple times because I was like, hey, if you guys got interaction, kill this thing right now or we're dead.
Yeah,
Right.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah. Anyways,
Beginning of the podcast here, we have this beautiful music, these beautiful sounds. Shout out to Steve who enjoyed my crazy unhinged thing last week. He actually listens to the podcast and gets to hear all my terrible. I don't know if they're terrible. They're pretty fun. Shout outs for Steve Brown. He makes our music, so definitely check out any requirements that you need for musical endeavors. He would be happy to help. And you can find that stuff at stevebrownsongs.com.
you know, it's kind of like music for your eyeballs, art. And our art is done by Shadow
Yeah,
Aclopex. You can find his links to his social, his commission page and stuff in our show notes. So if you want some cool art or music for the eyes, you can find it there.
Music for the eyes.
Yeah. If you're looking for one of our social media channels, we have a link tree, so that'll be up in the show notes as well. That'll point you to all of our links, such as our YouTube, our Twitter, our Instagram, our BlueSky, and it'll have our Mox field where we're going to have our sort of startup marrying the homies deck list, so that you too can take that shell that we've created for you and take it and build your own deck to marry your homies with.
Marry the homies. It is already on the link tree. I went ahead and did that since I had it pulled up before the episode.
Awesome.
And who knows? Maybe we'll make more decks in the future with some viewer
submitted ideas.
needs.
Yeah.
We'll
Absolutely.
make some
Or
decks.
some shells.
Have some shells for you guys.
Yeah.
Like King Crab, the number one card in Magic that everyone should play.
King Crab.
Exactly.
Crab people.
All right. And before we go, don't forget to leave us a review on the app you're listening to, and a few reviews on the apps you don't use. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what cards you would add to a deck that's built around marrying your homies. And make sure you're following on all of our social media accounts. We're posting more shorts content. We posted a few of them already. So if you want to see some of those, and if you want to be the first to see some of those, make sure you're following to see all of that. I think that'll do it for us this week, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to us ramble on about things and magic.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Side note, Zach, choke up on
Let's
your mic
see.
a little. Get a little closer to it. Okay.
Want me to, like, swallow it?
Not that close. Not that close.
I can gobble. I can gobble.
Give it a kiss.
Not that close. Not that close.
Hey.
Okay. Zach, what's your pick?
Give me a second. I'm Googling. I got a few, but I'm getting there. Cut this out.
It will be. Don't worry.
Thank God. Power of editing. I love you. I think it's also important to derail my train of thought and completely forget what I was going to say. I think that's really important.
Always is. Always is.
But is it about kissing the homies?
I think so. I'm usually thinking about that, though, you know?
That's fair. That's fair.